cease interjecting, and the Minister for Immigration will also cease interjecting. If the member for Bruce and the Minister for Immigration want to have a conversation, they might go outside the chamber. The Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question without notice is to the Prime Minister. I refer the Prime Minister to reports of the continuing bitter disagreements he is having with Senator Collins over the issue of pay TV and the ABC's role in pay TV. I ask the Prime Minister, should I conclude from his last answer that he has unilaterally decided to exclude the ABC from pay TV? And why is the Prime Minister so committed to sacrificing the ABC's role in pay TV to the obvious benefit of established media proprietors like Mr Packer?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker,
Order.
Senator Collins and I have no disagreement whatsoever on that matter. None whatsoever. None whatsoever, Mr Speaker. And Senator Collins made his position clear as day yesterday and last evening on this subject. It was only the government that provided any space for the ABC in all of this, and that was for the ABC, first of all, and also to capitalise it with $12.5 million to start off its bid in relation to a consortium to bid for the 5th and 6th transponders. And the ABC always saw itself in a consortium position. A pay television channel to be developed properly, even on the basis of the transponders off the satellite, is somewhere between $400 and $800 to $1 billion. For anybody wanting to go down cable and fibre optics, it's a couple of $1 billion. And a decision by the Parliament and by the government to exclusively provide the ABC with a channel would imply that the government then provides the capital that goes with it, the half to $1 billion that would be needed for the ABC to establish itself as a pay operation. But again, for people to pay for the service. And what then is the value of the ABC's free-to-air charter with a capital contribution from the government to a pay channel and the ABC being dragged then inexorably, totally virtually, in the end, into a pay system foregoing its great charter of free-to-air television. The charter which has brought public affairs, dissemination of public issues and other issues of wide interest to Australians, including rural Australians through the country programs and the rest, that it has truly been a national broadcaster, and there is no problem about the future, the technological future of free-to-air television. It's guaranteed by the arrangements and capital which is in place, and the notion that the ABC should slip a toe, an ankle, a leg, torso into the mire of pay television and lose its charter, which has been given to it by the Parliament to disseminate news and information to the people of Australia for the crass ideological manoeuvrings of the Liberal Party of Australia, and to think that we on this side of the House are going to fall for that, you can think again. Now we know, I've said before, Mr Speaker, that this opposition is so ideological it wants no government involvement in telecommunications. It wants to sell telecom. It wants to sell the remaining equity in the Commonwealth Bank. It wants to get into the privatisation of the ABC. And everyone in this country who holds the ABC, the value of the ABC as being of something of importance, should understand exactly what this opposition's up to. What this opposition is up to. Well, we on this side of the House have for many years very proudly defended the ABC's interests in this political system as having a right conferred on it by the Parliament, which is not suited in the main the coalition, not suited them, or certainly in the eyes of the coalition not suited them, and they've been itching to get a crack at it. But again, Mr Speaker, as we said yesterday when we had Senator Alston suggesting that euthanasia was a solution to the age problem, Mr Speaker, and that the opposition was no, come on, sit down. That's not a point of order. Sit down.
Leader of the National Party have a point of order.
Further, yes.
Order.
Standing orders provide that.
Does the Leader of the National Party have a point of order?
Standing orders provide that it's not proper for a member to reflect on a member of another place. Furthermore, since that insult yesterday, the Senator has corrected that record and made very clear he was totally misquoted.
The Leader of the National Party resumed his seat. The Leader of the National Party resumed his seat. There's no
not only is it from shabby, squalid policy comments like that but also from the point of view of literally skinning any public ownership out of the system whatsoever in this sort of manic determination to privatise everything that moves, seeing no value in public ownership whatsoever and not distinguishing between institutions. What we're seeing with this play is a classic do the ABC number in, starting off by trying to say, we'll do you a favour. Well, it's the sort of, we'll support the ABC. Yes, like a rope supports a hanged person. That's how you'll support it.
The honourable member for